Amanda Seyfried really breaks out of her shell in this one. I mean, really breaks out of her shell. Lovelace stars Amanda Seyfried playing Linda Lovelace, and if you don't know who that is, she is probably one of the most important, well, I don't know about important, but she's one of the most famous and well-known porn stars because of her past. Linda Lovelace, she was really not into the thought of doing porn until one day when her boyfriend was like, hey, try it. She tried it, everyone loved her, bang, she blew up and did a famous movie, if you've ever heard of it, called Deep Throat. And while she was in the middle of all that, all the fame, on the side, her boyfriend would pretty much abuse her, and she's got a lot of rough history with her parents, with her boyfriend, with her career. It's a very interesting movie, and I really did enjoy this film a lot. It is a great little independent movie. Amanda Seyfried, she did great. She played the role very well. I could tell she really got into it, and I could tell she really wanted to tell a cool story regarding Linda Lovelace, and you could tell that they did the best to make everyone look like each other, because if you look it up online, you can see shots from this movie that were just like shots from like pictures that she's taken or something like that. So they did a good job with like mirroring the past with this movie and her performance and like certain shots, and she does a great job. Certain lines of dialogue were actually in the movie Deep Throat that she did back then that she did today, and it's a very well made film. And another great thing I loved about this movie, it really feels like an old movie, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. This movie feels like I'm watching it on an old TV and I'm watching old actors act. Hank Azaria plays the director of Deep Throat, and he was great. I can't remember her boyfriend's name, or the actor's name. He does a great job too. Everything's very believable, but my main problem with the film is the pacing. The pacing is so fast in this movie. That's because like we started off, and then it'll be like 15 minutes later, it'll be like 6 years later, and then 15 minutes later, 6 years later. It keeps doing that. And the film never really gives you a chance to digest a lot of information that they're giving you. But what this film did right was it made me want to go to Wikipedia.com and actually look at the backstory with all of it. And that added to the film, because from what I read, they were actually very accurate. But the film was just a little bit too fast-paced. Another problem I had, and I guess it's not really the film's fault, is I really wasn't invested a lot into it. I cared about Linda Lovelace and when she was getting beaten and stuff, but I couldn't relate to it because I'm not a porn star, so I really can't. But it is very interesting. It is a very interesting story about a porn star who went through some troubled times. And Amanda Seyfried does a great job, like I said, at playing Linda Lovelace. She really invested herself into the role, and the movie really does feel like an old 70s movie, and I bought it. That's the thing. I bought this movie, not literally, but I mean, like, I was into it. I was into it while I watched it. A little bit too fast-paced, like I said. Everyone's performance was great. Hank Azaria nailed it. A lot better than Smurfs 2. I don't even talk about it. I don't even want to remember that movie. Hank Azaria does a lot better job in this movie, and like I said, he actually cares about his role in this one. I knew he was bull-crapping the movie, his performance in Smurfs 2, but he does great. Amanda Seyfried does great. I haven't seen anything ever since Les Miserables, and she was great in that too. She's becoming one of my favorite actors. She's very real. I think she likes to invest herself a lot in the roles that she does, so she was great. The movie felt like a great 70s movie, and it was a good independent film to watch in the time of big budget movies, you know, like the movie You're Next coming out. It was a good little independent movie, but it's still not as good as movies like Mud or The Way, Way Back. I'm going to go 3.5, 3.5 for Lovelace. Have you seen Lovelace? If you have seen it, what are your thoughts on it? Do you like Amanda Seyfried? Did you like her in Les Miserables? What are your thoughts on her as an actress? And are you interested in this story at all? And as always, guys, I'm the Modern Film Critic, signing off.